Hello and welcome to another conference conversation. I'm Linda Thunberg, the CEO of NATH, the National Association of Transpersonal Hypnotherapists, and we have our annual conference. This year is our 28th year for our annual conference in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Today I have with me Suzy Day, and she has two presentations that she's going to talk to us about. And without further ado, I'm going to get to our conversation. Hello, Suzy. How are you?
Fabulous. Thank you. It is beautiful here in Southern Oregon. We're going to be knocking at the door of 84 degrees today.
Well, it's about 60 here in Ohio, but it is sunny today for the first day in 3 or 4 days. So I'm ecstatic. So we have a little bit of blue sky today. But
Nice.
anyway, so
Nice.
for our members and viewers and attendees that really don't know you, what can you tell us about yourself coming all the way from Oregon, first of all, and second of all, how did you get into hypnosis?
Oh, that's a great story. I loved how I got their story. What was the first question?
The first question was, who are you?
Oh,
I know you're coming from Oregon and you have presented for NATH before, but a lot of our members don't know you. So just a little bit
yes.
about yourself and how you got into hypnosis.
I have been practicing for over 10 years, if I've done the math right. I could be wrong. And I have a virtual and in-person practice, a brick and mortar in Southern Oregon, and of course see people virtually. Who doesn't anymore? I did that even before the big C hit a couple years ago, so that was an easy transition. I practice clinical and spiritual hypnotherapy, and spiritual, of course, is my favorite line of work. And that kind of lends to my 2-hour workshop that I'm doing Sunday at, 2-hour workshop is Saturday at noon, ending the cycle of inherited family trauma. But I got into hypnosis, I say by accident, but I think it's really the clouds parted and a beam of light struck my heart. I didn't intend, never did I say when I was growing up that I wanted to be a hypnotherapist when I was an adult. I went to SWIHA, Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, to investigate their life coaching program at the urging of a friend of mine who was a counselor at a drug and alcohol rehab center. And she told me that I'm a natural life coach and I should go get certified and do the program at SWIHA, because she had gone there to that college as well. And I thought she was a bonehead because I didn't understand I didn't know you could get paid. There was a vocation of life coaching. So I went to SWIHA, investigated the campus and the program, fell in love, hook, line, and sinker, and then decided I would pursue a mind body wellness practitioner certification. And in that program, in addition to the life coaching, they asked what else I might be interested in. Was it cranial sacral therapy? And I said, nope. Reflexology, nope. It was herb, I forget the herb, herbology, herbalist, I forget the name of it, but I wasn't interested in anything. And my academic advisor was going down this line and she said, how about hypnotherapy? And I went, oh, all right. That was the lesser of all the evils, so to speak. So first time I walked, so I was lined up to do the basic 100-hour course as part of my program. But the very first class I took, Hypno 101, walked in, sat down, and Linda Bennett was my instructor, who's now my dear, dear friend. I was just the hinges on whatever gates of preconceived notions of hypnotherapy, they were blown wide open. And I fell in love with the healing art. Went back to my academic advisor and said, that 100 program ain't enough. I need it all. Give me everything. So I went for the whole shebang. I think it was 350 hours, and wound up auditing classes even after that. I mean, I was like a freight train. You couldn't stop me. So it was if, it was if hypnotherapy found me, and there was no turning back. So I, continuing to learn, continuing to become certified in different areas, life between life, past life regressions, all kinds of stuff. So perpetual learner and always interested in more, and love what I do and do what I love.
I
So that's
love
a
that
long-winded version.
story. That story's amazing.
Right.
Oh, I'll just take this. And then we just don't know what happens, right?
I know.
That's amazing. So can you tell us a little bit about your workshop and then your hour talk as well? And the other question I have for you is, what do you think participants will take away from it? What's the takeaway from your two presentations?
Well, let's see, the workshop, releasing inherited family trauma, the cycle of inherited family trauma. I'm going to cover a little bit about the science because I want a ground of logistics and credibility laid as well, so that it's not, sometimes people have a difficult time, not those who would attend the NATH conference, but some of our clients might have a difficult time understanding the impact of, the concept of inherited family trauma. And science is proven. I mean, even you can test, like my granddaughter, for example, you can test her saliva and my cells will be in her saliva as her grandmother. So I'll cover a little bit about the science. I'm not a sciencey technical left brain person, but I just want some logistics, some credibility foundation laid. So we'll cover a little bit about that. And then, we'll also learn ways to tune into languaging and body languages and words, and the core complaint, the core language that the client uses, as little crumbs of indication, a trail to follow to ascertain where they might be living and experiencing the result of ancestors' traumatic events. They could be the behaviors that they're experiencing or the choices that they're making could be influenced by the sometimes the wrongdoing of our ancestors, and sometimes habituated patterns. And I know of someone who was atoning for a great uncle's murderous acts in her present life, and he was long dead, but her actions were destructive in her life, and she didn't understand. So we'll learn about that, and then we'll learn ways to help our clients break those cycles so that they can stake their own claim and live their own life and be free of those impacts of their ancestors. And
that sounds fascinating.
It's wonderful work. I believe I believe in the adage, you go first as a practitioner. So I want everyone in my workshop to have an experience of what they will, the tools and techniques and methods that we would utilize with clients. So if they have an embodied experience, it's like in their bones, so they can really understand it. So there's interaction, there's activities, there's handouts, so it's very engaging. And my hope is that they'll be able to utilize those tools and the information and the insight that they gain in the workshop. So that's the inherited family.
That sounds really good. And so what I understand is that they'll be able to come away with that kind of gleaning how it shows up in their clients, and then perhaps how to help them self-heal.
Yes. And then how to trace it. It could be, just parents, and it could be grandparents, and it could be great grandparents, and so, that's what I meant by, it's critical to be able, we have to utilize a deeper way of receiving what our clients are communicating, other than just their words. Their words, of course, are important, but body language and do the words match what their present day life experience is. And so, yes, I want them to be able to have an understanding of how it's detected, and then how to trace it back, and then how to resolve it so their clients can experience their own life, and not carry the burdens of their ancestors. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And how about your other hour talk?
Empath, gift or curse. For whatever reason, I have had, my years of practice, lots of empaths come through my door. Some, from age 17 to 78, I had a 78-year-old man, and some of them know what an empath is. Some of them don't know, and it just became obvious to me that if they don't know how to manage that energy, that they can take on and carry the impact and imprints of different places, different people's emotions. And if they don't know how to not really protect themselves, but do things that hold their abilities in integrity and authenticity so that they aren't negatively impacted. So again, it's going to be interactive, and I want people to have, they'll be able to do an assessment of their self, and I'll have handouts that they can take back and, modify for their use if they want. But they'll also gain an understanding of there's a lot of different types of empaths. It's not always just emotional. And there's lots of different, psychic abilities that can come into play too. So I want to educate people in terms of the detriments if they don't know how to manage those abilities, and then the depth and breadth of utilizing those abilities and manage them so that they are safe in their own body and their own energy, and how to just, do self-care essentially, so that they can utilize those gifts in ways that are of benefit, not just to themselves, but to the world, because I think we all have a lot to offer. And if they know how to manage it and take care of themselves, then it serves a high holy purpose for them, and then those whose lives that they can impact as well.
Well, that sounds great too. So for all of you, you can see Suzy on Saturday at noon, or Sunday at, I believe it's 9 o'clock in the morning, right after yoga and maybe some breakfast. So you can see her at 9 on Sunday. And one other question for you, Suzy: why do you come all the way across country from Oregon to Virginia Beach for our conference? What do you like about it, or why do you come?
I love about it. I'll tell you what I love about it. It is a conference that is connecting, uplifting, rejuvenating. It is some of the conferences out in the world are so hugely attended that even the thought of going there would overwhelm me. What I love about the NATH conference is the intimacy, the connection, the ability to reconnect with old friends, and our hearts are closer, and everybody understands. And it's fun, really, it's fun. And then we get to meet new people, and we get our horizons broadened as practitioners. We get to learn. It's a win-win, and it's intimate. It's like I said, and I did a clip for the conference. It's like a spiritual booster shot. It's enlivening and engaging and so supportive, and all the people are so kind, and it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Plus, it's a reunion for me with my peeps from Sweeha. We have a lot of fun together.
Absolutely. It's been called a homecoming.
Yes.
And now I think it's a homecoming for Sweeha, and for also all of our NATH members, and then Atlantic University and ARE. It just seems like it doesn't matter where you got your transpersonal hypnosis education from. We're all pretty much the same as spiritual hypnotherapists, as I call it.
Right.
And I think that does make our conference different. It gives us a real focus. And yet we still have some business tracks. We still have some, and we get to have the metaphysical tracks, much more so than any other conference. And then we also have the actual business contract, or tracks of, like some of your talks of what can we glean for our clients, right? And how can we help our clients, and all of that. So
yeah, it's a soup to nuts kind of conference. We've got the business aspect. Linda Bennett is presenting on, getting out. We got to get out in the world and get our, offer our work. It's a learn and do. It's a gain and share, and we have to be able to get out there and do it. Otherwise, we're a benefit to no one. So, that's really important. But what's thematic with this conference is there's a heart connection at this conference, unlike some of the other conferences. And it's thematic. It's not just one group, right? It's thematic conference wide. And that, I think, is one of the most beautiful elements of it.
I think so too. So thank you. I think that's the thing that I love the most about NATH and our conferences, is that, I don't know, people walk in the door and it's just like, welcome back to the family, and yet it's a good, healthy family, right? So it's like really fun. So thank you for coming cross country. We look forward to seeing you in just a few short 3 weeks, I think, from Friday.
Yes.
Remember, everyone, to get your hotel rooms by this Friday, the 20th of October. And they still have rooms open and registration is still open. So come see me, come see Suzy Day and all of our other presenters. Thank you so much, Suzy. I will
Thank
talk to
you.
you
My
soon.
pleasure.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.